Hey everyone, we are excited to launch logcat.ai's first autonomous AI agent that is now capable of conducting multi-step investigations across your log, something it accomplishes in 5 to 10 minutes, which traditionally with the manual approaches used to take hours and sometimes even days. Unlike traditional AI that answers questions in a single pass, deep research actually investigates. It follows leads, searches your logs, looks up error codes online, verifies technical claims, and connects the dots across different sources. So you can just go and simply ask, hey, why is my device running out of battery overnight? And it will deliver a comprehensive root cause analysis with specific recommendations, all backed by citations. And this is what experts do. And now with Locket AI, this can be automated so that you can get to debugging your issues faster. So let's look at the demo. I have a bug report that I have loaded onto the console. I am going to get started with this. So here you have a search page where you get to choose between a quick search and a deep research. A quick search is something that you have seen before on the console. It's the little chat window that used to be there on the right bottom corner. Now that's quick search because it allows you to do searches in a single pass. Whereas the deep research is the one that I just mentioned, which is going to be powered by our autonomous AI agent. So simply go and ask the question of what you're trying to investigate. So let's ask here, investigate the security posture of this device, just so that if you want to know, if the device is susceptible to any vulnerabilities, or are there any security issues with this device. You can pick and choose anything. Let me just run this deep research. So a deep research can run in the background. You can, once you start it, you can walk away and come back to it and check on its status later, because as I said, the process takes about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the complexity of the issue. Some issues might take longer, but currently the platform limits it to about 10 minutes by design. If you do need a deeper investigation, which might take longer, feel free to reach out and we can work with you. So while the deep research is going, let me quickly go and show you some of the changes that we have made since the last release. So in the last release, you had a report page which basically showed you health of different subsystems when you analyzed a bug report. That is still there, but now it has to be triggered through a separate button, which is going to be called a generate report. So I've already done that in this particular demo. So if I go to view the report, I can see the traditional view where you could see the health of the different subsystems of the device. So I just decided to investigate the security problem. Like here in the report, I can see that memory is in the degraded state. So let's look at it. So you could see that the device is under pressure. We could do that investigation next. And one thing I do want to highlight is once the deep research is complete, you could actually share the report with anyone else. So once the research is complete, you will have a share button, which we will show shortly, which can give you a public link that can be accessed by anyone. So this could be very useful if you want to attach the investigation to a Jira ticket, or send it to a customer for reference, or for any other purposes. All right. As you can see, the deep research report is ready for viewing. Generally, a report is structured with a executive summary, then there are a few key findings, and there is a much deeper technical analysis in between, followed by a conclusion on what the report is. So here you can see like the book report that I did analyze, which is from a pretty old device, admittedly. Here you could see, let's read out the executive summary. The Nokia 3.2 running Android 10 with security patch level of February 5th, 2021 exhibits a critical security posture with multiple unpatched vulnerabilities spanning kernel, modem, and framework layers. The device is a development or test unit evidenced by CTS shim packages with 3+ years of accumulated security exposure. The device should not be deployed for production use or sensitive operations without immediate security remediations. And here you could see the different key findings and the evidence behind it. It will verify each aspect of it with an external source, which we'll also shortly see. Like, this is a pretty comprehensive report on why this conclusion was made at the start of the report. You could see at the end, you will find out all the log data sources on which sections were used to confirm certain observations, what external source was used to validate and back up the claims that were made in this report. It will look up all the way from the AOSP code to community forums, CVE databases. There are no limits to what sources would be used in this particular investigation. You could see at the end, it was completed in 11 investigative steps in about 600 seconds. And as I mentioned earlier, you will find that there's a share button here, which will give you a link that you can share with any of your peers online or anyone else. In the investigation, you will find that every investigation consists of its own observation. If you want, or if you're interested to learn more on how the investigation went through, you can expand each of these steps to find out what was done and that step and what was concluded. And like, deep research is not just limited to things like this. You can use it to analyze issues, like in the example that I mentioned earlier about investigating battery drain, doing forensic analysis to understand what happened in the past. Of course, here the bug report is crucial because bug report, as I had mentioned several times, is a treasure of data when it comes to an Android device. You could run the deep research on logcat individually or a dmesg individually as well, and the same things will be applied there too, like with external source validations. But a bug report, I want to insist, is one of the components that you should use to investigate anything. If you have the ability to pull a bug report from a device, I think that's generally the best course of action to do that in order to investigate any problem. But I know that pulling a bug report from a customer device is not as easy because, as I had mentioned, bug report is also, it contains a lot of PII, so be careful with that. And there are a bunch of pre-generated deep research reports that we are going to attach in the blog accompanying this video. So if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or just go ahead and sign up. Thank you.